chance to finish getting ready. We won't be able to use the reactives because of technical reasons, and I don't want to risk screwing anything else up.
Okay.
Oh, understandable.
But I
Okay.
do have the slideshow with y'all's character profiles and everything, so
Cool.
All right.
we just want to have the cool bouncing reactives. That's what I was doing. I was trying to pull up the stupid map. Okay.
We have pretty much everyone, right?
Yes. This is the map we're going to use. Just a heads up, we'll be using the tourney map.
I see darkness.
Can you see it now?
No.
Nope.
Oh, it would help if I put your tokens here. That
Oh yeah.
There we go.
I'm just kind of placing them. You guys can put them wherever you like. We will not be starting off at the tournament, but I don't have the other map done, so we'll be using this as just kind of a y'all can look at the pretty stuff coming deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh no, I forgot I cleared my cookies and I don't remember my...
Hello?
Hi Taylor, can you unscrew this for me?
Yeah.
I actually tried. How much is that? I wish I could do that.
There you go.
Thank you. Oh,
I successfully unscrewed a jar of jelly.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Small victories.
Yes.
Does everybody have their character sheets ready to go?
Just about.
I believe
Yeah.
so.
Uh,
Do a
basically.
quick test
Yeah, there we
thing.
go.
I'm just making sure that y'all are ready to go because we're running a little behind schedule. But that's okay.
Professionally unprofessional.
Professionally unprofessional, as Raptor loves to remind us completely. Alright, going live in 3, 2. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to A Song of Sweet and Sour. We are on episode 3 of our wonderful adventure. I would like to apologize ahead of time. As you guys can see, we have no reactives on screen. This is because of some technical issues that we're having. That's also why we're starting a little bit late, but thank you for bearing with us and being ever so patient. Real quick, let's have our players introduce themselves. Let's go ahead and start with Drago.
Hello, I'm Drago, and I'm playing Anise Blackmane, a Druid Ranger.
Alright, and then we have the amazing and wonderful Della.
Hello, I am Della Delacruz, and I am playing Prince Cinema de Pastil Red Hot, a fighter.
Awesome. And then we have the super amazing Pathfinder DM, Sid.
I am playing Sandy Dan Gobstopper, who is a rogue in the local master spy.
And then, of course, we have their name keeps changing in the Discord today. It's Snilk. We have Bilo.
Hello, it is me, the Snilk. I play Kasugai Lychee, the royal tutor.
Unfortunately, we will not be joined by Lemonis, I don't believe. I haven't heard anything, but I think something came up, so they won't be able to join us. Unless you've heard something, Bilo.
Nope, nothing.
Alright, well, I will just, mental health is important. If they need to take a day, they need to take a day. That's simple as that.
Of course.
That being said, last episode, it was a little chaotic. Our lovely group had decided to go ahead and get an early start on their travels, and about halfway to the capital, they were jumped by a bunch of what was assumed to be bandits at first. Surprisingly, our group came out pretty unscathed. I felt really bad for the bandits. I needed to beef those guys up, but that's just how life goes. Feel bad for my villains here. And upon further investigation, it was discovered that they were more so the folks from, I forgot, the Ceresian Empire, I believe. I am drawing a blank on my own game, folks. This is professionally unprofessional DMing. It's fantastic. For sake of time, they were the bread people, literally people made of bread, who were dressed as the folks from the Meatlands, trying their hardest to stir up some trouble and possibly take out some of the royal family and guards. Oh, I was right. It's the Ceresian Empire. I was right on the first go. I shouldn't second guess myself. And upon arriving at the capital, they were greeted by the amazingly beautiful daughter of the emperor, who was explaining the situation to them, only to hear some rustling coming from their luggage, and a voice crying, "Let me out." Upon investigation, it was discovered that the King of Candia had stowed away in one of the trunks to come participate in the tournament, and that is where we left off last week. So we are going to start off. We are still in the courtyard. The king is brushing himself off, and the princess is looking a little perturbed that he was in a trunk.
I help Father out of the trunk, and as he's brushing himself off, I'm just like, Father, what on earth are you doing here? I thought you were supposed to be back home with Mother, helping take care of Candia.
Your mother's got it taken care of. I need to get out of the house. It's been a while. I literally haven't left the castle since the last event that we came to the capital for like 10 years ago, and I miss being out and about, and you know I want to see my son compete in his first tournament. I'm not missing this.
Um, I mean, sure, but wouldn't Mother notice rather quickly that you were not around?
I will cross that bridge when we come to it. Lady
Mhm.
Plumbeline, you look so lovely. And he walks over, like trying to brush aside the consequences of his actions as he walks over, gives her a hug, and just, I haven't seen you since you were a tiny little seedling. I'm so glad to see you've grown up so well. And she's just like, yes, it's good to see you too. And she looks at Prince Cinemal, just like, is he actually an adult?
I just go ahead and just kind of like throw my hands up, like, I don't freaking know. Like, I didn't even know he was here. So it's like, this is all a shock, just as you to me. So, but then I go ahead and put my hands down and I step beside Father, addressing to Plumbeline, and say, well, I guess that means this is everyone looking at Dad like no other surprises, right?
No, there's no other
um,
surprises.
Very well. Um, so me, the player, if I recall correctly, Plumbeline went and said that we would be awaiting summons from the Emperor himself when he wants to see us.
Yes, he wanted to see you guys before the tournament started. If you had arrived on time, um,
Mhm.
one of your guards, not a player character, an NPC guard, was just like, this might be a good time to tell him about what happened, you know.
Mm, 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 mm.
And of course,
Okay,
they're pretty sure that he would love to see the Dowager Queen as well. It's been forever.
of course. Um, with that, I do turn to. I'm gonna go ahead and say Anise and Sandy, our lovely spy master and guard, personal guard, one of our guards. And as Father's like talking Plumbline's ear off or whatnot, I'm going to address to them about the matter that happened during our travel and be like, should we bring that up or should we keep it until comes a time that needs to be brought up? I mean, I feel like it has to be addressed sooner or later. Correct, right? It's like he's looking at the both of you like, right?
I'm used to keeping things close at hand, but I'm not sure with this case if it would be better to expose it or not.
Mentioning of the attack shouldn't cause any issue, but the fact that they were Ceresian in disguise, that I think we should keep close to the chest, as we do not have any information on their motives, their superiors. So bringing that up would just cause undue attention upon ourselves. So we can mention that we were attacked on the road, but just
By whom?
brigands.
Who knows?
All right, very well. Then I'll abide by your professional opinions, and we'll just go ahead and keep our cars close, keep an eye out then, and whatnot. Very good.
And as you guys are talking, you notice that ahead of you guys is a cart from Candia that left a couple days prior. You recognize it as the very extravagant and overly, like, way overly decorated. It looks like a fondant cake that had glitter thrown up on it and then had to be bedazzled on top of it, kind of deal. And you recognize this to belong to Lord Cruller, who is quite literally a sentient piece of cake. And you especially, Cinnamol, you would know that he is very, very fond of his fancy pants. Quite literally, he has like 50 pairs of fancy pants that he wears whatever day of the week he's feeling it. He's also known for being very boisterous and very obnoxious. But he's one of your father's best friends, so you've been kind of putting up with it all these years.
Gotcha. All right. I guess after making sure everyone is, settled and such, I'll go and see about Lord Cruller as a sort of like politeness formality. Check and see how he's faring.
One of the servants comes up to you and it does inform you that Lord Cruller is currently out and about with his wife. He won't be back until time for the tournament in about like maybe 4 hours or so.
Very well. Thank you. I'd go ahead and just, thank them and then make note in my brain. We'll be back in time. Okay.
Say hi
And
at some point.
yeah, say hi at some point, be formal, all the stuff that mom taught me. Um, and I'll go ahead and meet back up with Father and Plumbling, and I guess like catch the tail end of their conversation as we prepare to go to our quarters or whatnot, at least until the Emperor summons us and whatnot, unless we're able to like look around.
Well, the Emperor is asking that you come now.
Oh, okay.
Because
All right.
it's a little bit of a walk to get to his quarters, given how big the capital is. But also because he wants to speak with you guys before the tournament. Mostly he wants to speak to your father, your grandmother, and you. Everybody else who wants to come can, or they can go and do their own thing.
Okay.
I'll definitely be coming along.
I'll be coming along too.
Oh, very well.
So
I typically are like, I'm typically like, no, I don't want any more people. But it's like, fine, very well. Especially with the attack we had on the road, it's like it's not, it can't be too overly cautious with what just happened. So then, I'll be taking my leave towards the toward Emperor Uvano with father, grandmother, and if permitted, I mean, they can stand guard outside the room if they need be, Anise and Sandy.
okay, sounds good.
And yeah, and I'll let Kasukai uh know she can, you know, meet with us within this allotted time, insert allotted time here, um, and whatnot. So she's free to do whatever she wants.
Valid.
Which sounds odd because I'm talking to my tutor that way, but it's like I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice. Be like, here, you can do whatever you want. You can go and be with Lem. Your buddy, your partner.
Whatever the hell is going on with that, you
Yeah,
know?
whatever's going on.
Sorry, trying to open my snack away from the microphone. Yeah, so the guards, they do escort you through the palace. From where you guys are in the courtyard, it's a good 20-25 minute walk to to the emperor's quarters. And it from what you guys can tell, this castle is meant to be confusing. You're not supposed to remember how to go, where to get. Does that make sense?
Like
Yes.
an IKEA?
Yeah, it's kind of like an IKEA where you're not supposed to remember where you are or how to get out. You wander and you find things.
Mm. The best kind of place.
So you guys talking about anything on the way up there, or are you just beelining it?
I'm just trying to remember our routes that we've taken.
Go ahead and make me a wisdom check.
Okay.
I want to be listening for if there's anyone talking nearby and eavesdrop on them.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Alright, what did you get, Drago?
Uh, I got a 12.
You have a decent idea of the route which you came, but you're not quite sure if maybe that was a left or a right. But you're pretty sure you can remember. Galaxy, stop throwing a hissy fit. They're trying to get fed early, so.
Food?
But yeah, so you kind of sort of have an idea. Like, you're pretty sure if you gave yourself a few minutes, you could figure your way back without assistance. And then Sandy, what did you get?
I got a 13.
There are some whispers going on, but it's mostly whispers about, oh, the emperor, he's on death's door, who's going to take over? He should be his daughter, but that's not how they want to do it. What's tradition? Blah, blah. It's all very political stuff and kind of general talk about who they expect to win the tournament. There's a lot of people who are rooting for the current champion from the Meatlands.
Oh. Okay. Noted.
Is anybody else doing anything, or are we just kind of hustling our way up?
I think I'm just be hustling my way up, listening every now and again at the any conversations outside, but other than that, no.
Roll me a perception.
Okay. Perception. Let's see how I do. Nope. I know nothing. 6.
You're too busy trying to figure out how your dad managed to stay in the trunk the entire time and not break
Mm-hmm.
his back with how small it is compared to him. And also,
Yeah.
why didn't he pop out to help with the bandits? Kind of a dick move, Dad.
Yeah, like, God damn it, Dad. And I didn't know he was
I
that spry.
Mm-hmm.
Fit into a box.
as we walk, I sort of relate. It seems like the crowd favorite to win is from the Meatlands.
Mm.
Your father kind of
So,
laughs and just, they're nothing but boisterous talk. Let me at him. I'll show him who's boss. I'm still a spring chicken.
Well, one could say the stakes have never been higher
God
in this
damn it.
tournament.
I just stare at Anise like, you did not.
I wish I had my
I was like,
webcam on just so you could see just how bad I cringed at that.
I was like, oh, God damn it, Anise.
It's
Like,
like you said.
no.
Even a couple of the guards give a as you say that.
Mm-hmm.
You see Anis's tail just wag slightly. He got the response he was looking for.
Mission accomplished.
I do comment on Dad saying that he's a spring chicken. I'm like, yeah, quite a spring chicken that you can fit into a trunk that small.
It wasn't that big.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're gonna have to show me how you did that, because
When I can remember how, I will show you.
that was like physics and how that works.
Yeah, so as you guys are chatting, you do arrive at the Emperor's chambers. There's a couple of guards posted outside, and they go to stop you, but as soon as they see his daughter, they obviously step aside and go back to their post. As soon as they see his daughter, they obviously step aside. Sorry for that echo there. I had to pull up the chat on my browser, and I didn't realize the tab wasn't muted. But yeah, so she opens the door, and the room is kind of dim. There's some braziers lit, but they're mostly just down to the coals now. And lying in this large 4-post curtain-coated bed is the once young and spry hero of Calorum, now old and withered. The Emperor himself lies in bed and looks like he is on death's door.
How old is he? Is he, like, old for his race?
He's a
Or...
grape. Grapes don't last long.
Okay.
He's
So
originally
it's
from...
not...
Yeah, he's originally from Fructera, and grapes tend to not have a very long lifespan.
Okay, so his being on death's door isn't suspicious at his age.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check if you want to figure that out.
Okay. Nine. Nope. Too dark in here.
Too dark, and grapes age, man. They age, man.
Yeah, exactly.
No rhyme, no raisin.
Oh my god, this is so bad.
Do you share your concerns with the rest of us, or are you just thinking to yourself?
No, I'm thinking to myself because
Good.
I'm hardly
You don't
gonna
want to get
be in the king's chamber and go, "Damn, you got old."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your father does look like actually a little bit heartbroken when he sees this, because this is his best friend.
Aw.
Gustavo and him have, they've fought so many battles together. They've, they helped free the kingdom and everything, and it's just, for him, this is hard for him to realize that, oh, wow, we're getting up there.
Yeah.
But like, he's in his 60s, which for a normal person is an average age. But for grapes, that's definitely getting up there. Sorry, I was flipping through notes trying to find his age.
All
Stop
good.
licking
He's
my
ancient.
toes, you weirdo. Sorry, the dog was licking my toes for some reason. It was weird.
Yeah. So according to Graves, he's ancient. 60 is ancient.
Yeah, no,
Um.
he's up there.
Yeah. Um. But I do follow Father's sentiment because I've heard tales and whatnot that he would regale me of him, Emperor Gustavo, uh,
Their crazy
Color,
escapades
everyone.
together.
Yeah, their war stories and whatnot. Um, so I'm going to thinking that we might like need this time ourselves, meaning myself, father, and uh, grandmother. I'm going to turn to you two, Anise and Sandy, and be like, and in a low voice, be like, it's probably would be best if you two wait outside the doors. It's kind of like a sentiment thing. I'm sure.
That will be
Of
fine.
course.
It's a family affair.
Yeah, it's like it's a thing. um, and I'll nod to the both of you, seeing you off, and I'll follow Dad um right up to the Emperor's bedside as the
I
door
give
shuts.
I give a low bow on my way out and then just stand against the door listening.
Mhm.
All right. So,
Um,
oh, sorry, Ika, go ahead.
yeah, I'm gonna ask, Anise, do you think it would be rude if we tried to hear what we could?
I don't believe so.
Okay, then we'll try to gather what we can.
All right. So, while the conversation is happening, I'll need you two to make perception checks.
Okay.
And then I will ask you for those numbers in just a moment. Inside the room, the Emperor kind of starts to wake up. He looks over, blinks his eyes a little bit. His eyes were, once beautiful shades of brown are now hazed over. There's almost like a film over them that just he's kind of staring into the distance with that 1,000-yard stare. And it takes him a minute, but after he realizes who you guys are, he smiles and just yes, my good friends. I am so glad that you could make it. I was afraid that I would not see you one last time. Cinnamon, you've grown so much. The last time I saw you, you were just a tiny little sugar drop in your mother's arms.
It's a pleasure to meet you at last, Emperor Uvano. And I go ahead and give a deep bow towards him.
And he just kind of laughs and just it's you are family to me. You don't need to. We're not around any of the others. The courts can suck it for all I care. He starts coughing. Sorry,
Um,
flipping through notes. You go
mhm.
ahead. Yeah, there we go. Okay. After a minute, your father kind of sits on the edge of the bed and claps a hand on his shoulder and just time waits for no man, unfortunately, and you definitely fought your battles, my friend.
And the many battles it was, father's told me all about them, time and time again.
I am glad that my legacy will not die with this asshole. And he kind of gives your father a weak punch in the arm, trying to tell everyone that it was him who won the battle. It was not him, it was I. I was the one who handed your father the weapon that he broke and had to pick up the pieces.
Oh, I believe that is how he told it. Saying it like, yeah, that's totally not how he told it.
Oh, come on. The broken sword helped. Yes, and a broken clock is right twice a day. Excuse me 1 second.
Mhm.
Kenji, Galaxy! in here. Stop harassing the neighbors. Sorry, dogs are being assholes again.
Oh, good.
And after a minute of just, reliving the old days, laughing about old stories, the Emperor goes from being happy and jovial to suddenly having a very serious demeanor. And at this point, what did you two roll for your perception?
18.
And a 19.
All right. So you guys hear every piece of what's about to happen.
Okay.
I will say you may have to take notes. There will be a test later. No, there won't. Um,
I'm gonna test you guys on this.
I'm gonna quiz you and make sure you were eavesdropping properly.
Exactly.
All right. So he looks around. Thank you for the lurk, Raptor. He looks around, and once he knows that you guys are alone, like his daughter's even left to give you guys the privacy that you need, he drops his voice a bit and just, I know that I'm in my sunset years, but I have concerns that my and he stops to have a coughing fit for a minute. Your father helps him with some water, and after he calms down, he just, I have a feeling that somebody has seen to it that I meet my demise a little sooner than is expected. I cannot say who, but I have a feeling they are working with the Sarisian Empire because that damned bastard Augustus has always had it out for me, even when we fought side by side. Just so you guys know, Skeletor has redeemed a party hydrate, so make sure you hydrate, you heathens. Thank you, Skelly.
Mm-hmm.
Hydrate or die straight.
Yep.
But as he's speaking, and this is for those of you outside as well, there's a genuine hint of fear in his voice that doesn't really come across in conversations you've had in the past. Well, that your father and him have had in the past. Like, your father seems concerned, and now you can see why he's concerned.
Yeah.
I worry that, and I don't say this lightly because the bulb, blessed be the bulb, may bring its forever light. The church itself might be up to something, but as you know, to go against the church is a fool's errand. I asked you to come here before the tournament because I know that you're going to participate, Brock. I know you did that stupid thing where you hid in the box again, didn't you? It was one time.
I just look at the Ember and nod with, the lips moving. Yeah, he did again. Like, yeah, he did.
He laughs a bit and just, yeah, I figured as much. His wife is a beautiful person, but is not very fond of violence and such. Is she still mad about people sneaking out? Your father just kind of nods, like, yeah, she gets really mad when we sneak out of the castle. It's not fun. Um, but he stops laughing after a minute and just, I called you here because I wanted to warn you that I worry that during the tournament somebody is going to try something. I do not know against who, I don't know when or where it's going to happen, but somebody is going to make an attempt on someone's life, and I pray to the bulb that it is not you. Brock, you are my best friend. You carried me across 15 miles of the battlefield after I took an arrow to the kidney. And your beautiful son here has done so much already. I've heard so many tales of his lessons and adventures, if you will. The Dowager Queen has been very keen in keeping me updated. I do miss that woman.
I just give a cheesy smile, trying not to be like, yeah.
But Gandia is a beautiful country, and you are like a brother to me, Brock. If anything were to happen to you or your nephew, I could not leave with myself, so please, please be safe. Sorry, had to finish chewing. Um, he places a weak hand on your shoulder, Cinnamol. Takes a deep breath and just. I wish that I had gotten to know you better because I feel like I could have seen you as my own son. But I can see just by looking at you that you are a fine young man and that no matter what, if I had the choice, I would ask you to take the Concord throne, but per the rules that your father and I helped create, we must do this tournament, so do me a favor and just kick all of the ass.
I place my hand over his on my shoulder and just look at him and say, I will do my best to fulfill that. I will kick all of the asses for you and for father.
I believe in you, and he has a brief coughing fit. Not as bad as the last one, but you can tell that something's not up. And actually, Cinnamol, roll me a perception check.
Oh, shit. Nope. 4. I am too busy watching this man dying in front of me.
I mean, like, you see some wine goblets knocked over on the table next to him, but you're pretty sure that's just, he's in his sunset years. He's enjoying his life,
Yeah. Totally nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so after a minute or two, uh, he goes back to reliving the good old days, and he slips something into your pocket. Like, he tries to be sneaky about it, but he rolled a 1 on his sleight of hand. So he actually failed versus your perception check.
I go ahead and help mask it for him because it's like, oh, I didn't feel anything. It's fine.
He gives you a nod, just like, thank you. Your father, though,
Yeah.
stands up from the bed. He walks over to one of the wine glasses. Ika, beer does not count as hydration, but I too want a beer. I am calling you out in voice chat for that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Lovingly, no. So anyway, he walks over to one of the wine goblets, sniffs it, and then sets it down and just smiles and just, well, better get ready for the tournament. And the emperor just nods and smiles and just, I will be sitting in the podium because, as you know, that they will not let me compete. I'm sure I could still take on at least 5 or 6 of them. And he gives a very sarcastic smile.
And I know you would.
At this point, one of the not handmaidens, but like one of the nurses basically comes in to come check on him and everything and kind of shoos you guys out. Just, he needs his rest before the tournament. Could you please, the door is that way. Leave. And your father is just like, yep, nope, we're going.
Yeah, like, yep, very well. Nod, bows. Briskly walk out of there.
And yes.
Probably almost smash a door against Anis's head, not realizing how close I'm joking.
Bam. Yeah, so I will say, Sandy and Anise, you heard every word of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I look to Anise and I just kind of nod my head in like that kind of silent acknowledgement.
Yep.
Okay, so I would say that with everything, you guys have about an hour or so before the tournament.
Yep.
For the sake of housekeeping, we're gonna go down the list here for those who are competing in the tournament. Anise, are you competing?
Is this competing in the same tournament as would I be against Cinemal if I competed?
If you got to that point, yes, because this is a tournament for becoming the next emperor.
No, I wouldn't be competing then.
All right.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I would say you can compete. Like I would say that beforehand for everything. Like y'all can compete if you want. I won't take it very harshly. Like do whatever you want. But yeah, go ahead.
All right. The brain short circuited. Wow. Sandy, are you competing in the tournament?
Uh, for the sake of being more observant, I'm going to abstain
Mm.
Okay.
so I don't distract myself.
Cinemal, are you competing in the tournament?
Hell yeah. That's what I was sent here to do. Hell yeah.
Valid. Your father's competing as well, so you'll probably end up going up against him.
Okay.
Let's see. Lychee, are you going to compete in the tournament? Lychee?
I was
Nice
muted this
sheet.
whole time.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
you're good.
My bad. No, she has no reason to compete.
All right.
Mm.
And then Lemonus has joined the table. So, Lemonus, would you compete in the tournament?
Question: would it mean that he is not around? What's her name? Grape Lady,
Oh,
Plumbling?
Unavo's daughter?
Plumbeline. Yeah. Would it get him away from Plumbeline?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he's competing.
All right. All right. I believe that covers everybody. Please let me know if I missed anybody.
No, I think that is everyone. And Grandma's gonna be in the stands.
For obvious reasons.
Yes, of course.
All right. That being said, there are 3 events that you can compete in. There is archery, there is jousting, and there is a battle royale melee. You can either do one or all 3. You can do as many events as you would like. The final event of the tournament will be a one-on-one duel between the last 2 standing.
Mm. Okay.
Just to keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'll go ahead and speak first. I guess I'll go ahead. I was like
Yeah,
waiting. I really
you're
don't
the
want
prince.
to.
Royalty
I know,
first,
right?
man.
I'll go ahead and do the melee. I was like on the edge between archery and melee. I'll do melee.
Just the one?
Um,
Because you can do multiple if you like. I think we broke.
I'll just yeah. I'm like, I can do both. No, I think I'll just go ahead and stick with just the melee. That way I don't, for in my reasoning, tire myself out.
Valid. Your father will also be competing in the melee, but he will also be doing the joust.
Of course.
Nice. Can't wait to see.
Lemonus, what events would you like to do?
Just archery. Melee and jousting would ruin the silk shirt he has on right now.
Perfect.
You
Like we
know what?
discussed this beforehand.
He did. He did. I imagine Cinema's like, hey, do you want to do the melee competition? And Lemnis just gave him this look like, cousin, I am wearing silk.
Oh, of course. I forgot. Silk and melee do not go together. Archery.
No.
I put my hand on your chest, on your shoulder, like archery.
Yes, yes.
Is it bad that I
Of course.
pictured Matt Berry for that line, by the way?
That wasn't what I was going for, but I'll accept it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I love that man. His humor is great. Anyway,
I love Matt Berry.
so
Perfect.
that being said, since those who are not competing in the tournament are going to be doing their own thing, there are 3 options you can do. You can either mingle and socialize, you can snoop and spy, or you can wander off and leave the tournament grounds completely and go do something else.
I will snoop and spy.
Okay.
I'm just keeping an eye out, basically.
So
So
basically,
snoop and spying,
snooping and spying
in a
from
way.
like guard style.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sneaking off. I'm more observing.
Valid. Kasugai, what are you gonna do?
Oh, she's gonna sit in the stands and
Just kind of socialize and have fun.
yeah.
Where is your mini? This app is dumb. Okay, there we go. So I have you in the stands. Pretend it's populated. I promise you're not sitting up there alone. This week has been crazy hectic with work, and I have not had time to make the other minis. For the sake of argument, we will say that the Dowager Queen is up here with the Emperor and everything because they have history. So the archery stands are. I will move you to the archery stand there, Lemonus. Da-da-da-da-da. And then the melee.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so hard to do with a cast on.
I can move myself if I need to. You can just ping where I need to go.
It's a matter of pride now.
Ah.
And then Anise and
Andy.
Sandy.
Sandy.
I keep wanting to say Sid, and it's like, no, it's Sandy this time.
Yeah.
You guys can put yourself wherever you would like as far as snooping and guarding and such goes.
I keep getting the attempted move collides with the wall.
Oh yeah, there's technically a wall around the fence and everything.
Oh, okay.
Let me
So
see.
I can't.
So
I can
Oh.
move you out of the arena real quick if you'd like, so make it easier.
yeah, so I'd be
Yeah.
somewhere around here, sort of thing.
I want to be like around here-ish.
So kind of where the drinking tent is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Kasuga. Oh, apparently you did have a mini on here, Kasuga, but we're just gonna delete that one because you don't need 2 minis on the board.
Me and my mini.
Alright. Let me populate. No, I don't need the meep.
That's
There's a whole bunch of
Lychee's
meat in
evil
the
twin
stands.
sister Lychee.
There's a rogue meep on the thing, guys.
Meep.
Sorry.
What
Sorry,
is that?
guys. One of our meeps came loose.
Hmm?
Let me.
The meeps are attacking.
Well, why don't they go ahead and meet up elsewhere?
There we go. I literally just need bodies for the tournament.
I mean, you think about it, the whole way here, the king was a brack in a box, wasn't he?
I don't know why, but I'm suddenly craving a frozen burrito. But I is broke. Fucking government and paying bills and crap. Anyway, alright, so in the melee, for the sake of argument, we will say the one that's closest to you, Cinemal, is your dad.
Okay.
You guys are given blunted weapons. They are non-lethal. The rules are described as such. Any blows that would basically kill somebody will get you disqualified. The goal is to get basically the equivalent of 5 strikes on a person. If you can get them to drop to 1 knee, they're out. If you go beyond that, you're gonna get your ass kicked for being an asshole.
Gotcha.
Other than that, the only other rule is no weapons that were not provided by the tournament itself. And that's strictly for safety, because we're trying to find the next emperor, we're not trying to cause a bloodbath.
Gotcha.
The rules for the
So-
archery tournament. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so basically, don't use the flail of candy meteor, use like a rapier.
Yeah, so they actually have a blunted version of the flail if you'd like, but they have blunted versions of all the weapons basically.
Okay, I was just curious if it's like okay, use this basic instead of use this, like the flail that is passed down and whatnot. That was my thing.
The-
So basically, the rapier.
yeah,
Okay.
the flail is kind of frowned upon this time around.
Yeah. That's fine. Good thing I have a rapier.
Mm-hmm. And they give you a tournament safe version of it. Like they even match it to the weight and everything, so you don't have to worry about not being familiar with it.
Yeah. Okay. We can move on to archery.
For the archery tournament, your goal is to get at least 20 points. Boys, what the fuck? Get out! Hey, Kenji, knock it off.
Galaxy, you too.
Galaxy, come here. Galaxy. Sorry, the wife just got home and the dogs almost fucking destroyed the house.
I just had the mental image there of them putting marshmallows on all the spines of the flail to make it a blunted weapon.
Oh my god. Please, somebody draw this. What do you want to do for dinner, by the way?
Let me just hold it over my head. It's fine.
I don't have anything left over wise.
There's still a little bit of tuna in here, but I don't know if it's good.
Was it in the fridge? Then it's fine. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, your goal is to get 20 points, and you can't see it on the map because I am not Skelly. I cannot create moving maps. I am not that skilled. But the targets do move back and forth, right and left, etc., etc. And so the target closest to you here is worth 5 points. Or no, sorry, that one's worth 2 points. The second target is worth 5 points. And the one way back here, because of the distance, is worth 15 points. That being said, scattered amongst this is a bunch of obstacles you have to shoot around. There's hay bales, there's barrels that move, there's torches, the whole nine. They're not making this easy on you. You there? Laminus. I was explaining the archery tournament to you.
Hello.
Alright, can you hear me?
Oh, my internet cut out. Yeah, I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yes. Do you need me to describe the rules again?
Yes, please. You kept cutting out, and I was like, I hope I can just kind of piece it together from what is coming through.
So the archery tournament goal is 20 points. The targets move around back and forth, right and left, and there's obstacles like hay bales, barrels, torches, etc. The closest target to you is worth 2 points. The next one is worth 5, and the farthest one is worth 10. You're not taking turns.
Okay.
You guys are all shooting at the same time. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge.
And you said it's at 20?
Yes.
Okay. I can do that.
All right, so I am going to go ahead and roll to see who starts. While this is happening, Sandy, you are snooping and sneaking, yes?
Yes.
Roll me a perception if you are eavesdropping, or if you are actively looking, roll me an investigation.
Investigation. I got a 24.
God damn.
I know, right?
So as you're sitting here, you have a cup in your hand to try and fit in, to blend in. God fucking damn it. Of course the dice want to do this today. Okay. With something that high, you get 6 points of information right off the bat.
Okay.
You hear a rumor that the Emperor was poisoned. You hear a rumor that his daughter is one of the next targets. There are rumors of bandits and brigands and such attacking just harmless and traveling caravans and such, similar to what you guys went through. There's rumors that the Ceresians are talking about taking hold of power and or finding a way to remove themselves from the Concord Empire. sorry, I have to go through my list here. You hear that one of the targets might be considered King Brock, Cinemal's dad, but that one's very skeptical. And then finally, the last one you hear is that there's a rumor his daughter is the one that poisoned the Emperor.
Oh, shit.
But these are all hearsay and rumors. You don't have any evidence to back it up.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what you get with a freaking 20-plus investigation. Jesus fuck. Y'all and your broken-ass characters. Oh yeah, by the way, good news, guys. Depending on how this goes, you may level today.
Ooh.
Nice.
Something to look forward to. Alright, Kasugai,
Yes, me. Yes, me.
you are sitting next to a rather interesting avocado. If you know, you know.
Mhm.
I know that groan. He's a very surprisingly decent looking avocado. Like he looks handsome for being a piece of fruit. Avocados are fruit, fight me. Um he smiles at you. He's been like eyeballing you and looking you up and down and doing the you come here often look, and finally he just, excuse me, but I couldn't help but notice you are quite a ravishing young woman. Your unique color, your beautiful glittery skin, your incredibly just well cared for hair. You must be from Candia, I assume.
Oh, yes, sir. I am.
Well, I myself have not been, but I hear it's quite lovely, though it surely can't be as lovely as you are.
Oh, sir. Thank you so much. She kind of leans forward and like on her hand, kind of angling her shoulder towards him, head tilted cutely.
Just doing the cute innocent thing.
Oh, just doing the cute innocent thing.
Lemonus is somewhere having a stroke.
Oh, he's doing fine. He's trying to psych out the competition and occasionally like put on a show for Plumbeling because he promised his parents he'd actually try.
You know what? That is fair. As you look around, though, you notice Plumbeline is nowhere to be seen.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Then instead he's psyching out the competition by calling them gay. Be like, oh, I see you looking at me.
I'm looking at you too.
Yeah. No, he knows enough archers to know that, or enough sporty men to be like, their masculinity is fragile enough that if I wink at them, it's gonna send them into a spiral.
Basically, how high does that feather go?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, as the gentleman is flirting with you, Kasugai, he finally introduces himself as the Viscount Thaddeus Strongpit from Fructera. He has made it very clear that he is very single and he is very, very interested in you.
Very ready to mingle.
As he's talking, so I mentioned this because you'll find this entertaining. I happened to roll a 2 on his charisma check. And he just blurts out, "Yes, well, even though I'm still a virgin to the pleasures of the body, I'm sure that I could make a fantastic partner for you. You deserve only the best in the world." This boy's a virgin.
Inwardly, she's dying.
Trying not to laugh.
Trying so hard not to laugh. But she kind of smiles, very demure, very modest. And she says, "Oh, do not worry about that, sir. A woman of my position has also not known the pleasures of flesh. My job is very important to me."
As soon as you say that, his dark green cheeks turn even darker, and he just uh, I didn't mean to insinuate. That is, would you care to get a drink after the tournament? And as he does this, his voice cracks.
I don't see the harm in it. I must tell you, though, it would be very hard for us to see each other, as I am the young prince's tutor.
A tutor, so you, and he gets that smile, like that one eyebrow up, and just, so you are definitely wise to the ways of the world. I must say, I'm very intrigued by your demeanor. There's almost an aura around you that makes you so just wonderful and sweet and kind.
Well, as you know, candy is sweet.
I shall wait for you with bated breath at the feast after the tournament.
Oh, of course, of course.
And he pulls a flower out of seemingly nowhere, hands it to you, and saunters off with that, like, his chest is puffed up. He's walking like, oh yeah, I'm getting laid tonight.
Nope, he's getting eaten tonight. What avocado? I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't see no avocado. This is green mint paste from, it's a tradition from Candia.
Exactly. I eat green mint paste all the time.
Oh my god.
That's one avocado don't.
Oh my god. I thought my dad jokes were bad.
You got competitions.
Anyway, so I rolled, and we're gonna do the archery contest first. I basically flipped a coin.
Holy moly, guacamole.
So Levitus.
That voice crack though.
Huh?
That voice crack though.
Shut up.
Yo, what's up?
Levitus, go ahead and roll me a ranged attack. And let me know which target you're aiming for.
I'm aiming. I think I have to do this with my. Why is my crossbow not equipped?
Rude.
Oh, it's too bad Lemonus didn't come see me. I could have sneakily casted guidance on him.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
no. Next time, babe. Next time.
I love this totally, like, guy dude bro love thing going on between the two of them.
Oh, he's waiting until she wears down enough that he will be able to just go into a storage room with her and talk about history.
Mhm.
Anyway, how do I? Oh, here we go. I'm dumb. All right. I'm aiming for the one all the way in the back. That is a 22 to hit for the 10.
Jeebus.
And again, he's adding a little bit of flair to it. My little guy, my little sweet little lemon boy, he has to put on a show just a little bit. As long as there's men and women swooning over his skill, he's happy. But yeah, that's a 22 to hit.
That definitely hits. So your arrow flies just past a flaming torch, enough that the wind of it actually causes the flames to flare up a bit, slides across the top of a barrel, and manages to hit just at the edge of the bullseye.
Hell yeah.
As this happens, though, another arrow lands at the exact same time and splits yours completely in half.
Which bitch did that?
I'm appalled. I'm appalled.
Let me grab a picture of the bitch that did that.
Who's the bitch?
Lem, I feel for you. I was rooted for you. Like, hell yeah.
He still got that point. He still got.
You still get the
this
point.
banana motherfucker.
So it does, because of your status and your family, it takes you no time to realize that one of your competitors is the one and only Lord Chiquito.
Oh, you see Lem kind of grimace a little bit, one of his sisters is probably trying to court this guy. He's seen this motherfucker sniffing around his family.
Oh no, you know this guy because he is absolutely just looking at your oldest sister, just like, hey, how you doing?
Ew!
If it helps, he's in his early 20s.
Ew!
How old is your oldest sister?
Or
did we never discuss
his
that?
oldest? He has younger sisters. He doesn't have an older sister.
I said oldest, not older.
Oh, oldest. Oopsie, I'm dumb. His oldest sister is 19.
Okay, so like a 22-year-old hitting on her isn't as creepy.
For him, it's creepy. For him, it's creepy because that's his baby sister. That's his baby sister. Anyone that sniffs around his sisters and brothers are creepy, just automatically in his brain. But yeah, he kind of looks over and has that really kind of genial smile. He's like,
I hope you're learning
Lord
things about DMing, by the way.
Chiquito. Fancy seeing you here.
And he's
Is that the brown spot I see on your just below your left shoulder?
His eyebrow raises and just, I don't know, is that salt I see on your tongue?
Never.
And he locks eyes with you and fires another shot and hits the 10-pointer.
Is that when the arrow splits, or did he just hit 20 points?
He hit 20 points, but the crowd is so intense about this that they have decided to let it go until you two are the last two standing, because the other two competitors are just like, I don't know if we should be here, man.
Yeah, you know what? He's gonna hit the 10. He's gonna hit the 10 piece again. Again, he's still talking to Lord Chiquito as he's like aiming. He's like, "You sent my sister lilies. She's highly allergic. You think someone trying to suit her would know that?"
She told me lilies were her favorite flower, so I thought I would appease her. And he fires another shot.
Yeah, no, Lem is firing shot after shot with malice intent. This 10 target, this back target is Lord Chiquito's face.
And I'm guessing you're doing this while locking eyes with each other.
Oh yeah, and you know what? Just because I love this so much, just because I love my little lemon boy so much, he's like, "Oh, did she now? Looks like my sister choosing you to court her isn't her only death wish."
At least I have somebody interested in me.
Oh, darling, I have many interested in me.
Being a whore.
In fact,
is
if I
different from being
remember,
interested in.
oh, you wound me, Lord Chiquito. If I remember correctly, 6 months ago, I saw you in the brothel with, was it 4 candy strippers?
Okay, so real quick question. Are you doing this as like a deception, or are you doing this as like an intimidation technique? Because at this point, I'm gonna need to roll for this guy's ego.
Deception.
Go ahead and roll it.
Come on, Lem, get this guy.
Someone blow on my dice for good luck. Yes, all right. Fuck! It's an 11! God damn it!
Hold on, you could still beat his roll if I could find my d20. I'm finding everything.
I imagine Lim ran to cinema. I was like, yeah, blow on this.
Yeah, he did. He's like, hold on. He ran all the way to the melee. Stop fighting!
Blow on this.
Cinema, blow on this, please.
Okay, you can fight now.
Yeah, all right.
As you say this, he gets flustered and he actually fires completely off kilter, and the arrow sticks into the tree next to the range. He rolled a natural 2.
Yes! Yes!
Otter can confirm.
Hi.
Hi, Otter. Yes!
Hell yeah, Lim.
Thank you, Cinema!
And as soon as that happens, the proctor holds up his hand. The loser is Lord Chiquito Citron. The winner is Lebanus from Candia.
Lemus does a very flurried bow, again winking at people. But he does go over to Chiquito and kind of hold out his hand. He's a good sport. To shake, and he's like, despite our banter, you make my sister smile. I tolerate you just a little bit more.
I shall consider your words very, very carefully. And he storms off. Like if he could, there would be steam clouds coming off of his head right now. He is blushing that hard.
And it takes Lem a second, and he's like, oh, he actually was with. Fuck, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna turn him into banana pudding. Because he was bullshitting. He's like, you know what? Every noble's a whore. He's probably like a few years ago been with some, had some rage or whatever. Every person's done that. But the fact that it was so, it was this recent enough while he's courting his sister to make him that flustered, he's like, oh, that motherfucker. He's gonna go to cinema tonight and be like, how do you feel about murder?
All right, so with the archery tournament over, real quick, Anise.
Yes?
Are you actively investigating, or are you watching and waiting for something?
I'm observing everyone.
Roll me an investigation check.
Investigation coming up. Investigation. Oof. 9.
Everything's going pretty well. You just saw Lemonus fluster Lord Citron and Lord Citron throw a hissy fit. That's the highlight of the day so far. All right. Cinnamol. In the Battle Royale. So standing right next to you is your father, of course. Mm-hmm. Standing across from you, there is a very tall, 6-foot-ish lady from the Meatlands. She's wearing very tribal-esque gear, very barbarian-esque, and she is wielding a blunted war club. Directly to the right of her is a very interesting-looking sentient wheel of brie cheese. You recognize this as one of the lesser dukes of the Dairylands. Like, not even recognizable half the time kind of deal. He's like the 18th brother and that was never in line to begin with. And then directly to the right of him is a paladin that is a carrot. But on his chest, on his breastplate, it's not just the symbol of the bulb, it's the high church, like the inquisitorial style symbol of the bulb.
Okay.
And he's built like a quarterback. He is big and he is broad.
Okay.
I might have the rest of that too. I might have the rest of your fish. Just because I need to eat something. Sorry, food needs to happen because I realized I haven't eaten much today. So yeah, your father is wielding the traditional sword and board. And for this one, we will have to roll initiative.
Okay. I'll go ahead and roll initiative. 23.
You are top of the round.
Oh, okay.
So who are you swinging at first?
Let's see. You said meat lady, carrot guy, and okay.
Cheese.
Got it. I think I'm going to go ahead and go for like trying to ascertain, like look at them with their, pro con strength weakness sort of eye. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try for the cheese guy.
All right, go ahead and roll.
So let's see. Where is that? There it is. I probably missed. 11.
So you go to swing, and he steps back just enough that the tip of your blade grazes his nose.
Mm-hmm.
You just barely missed.
Yeah.
And then, are you gonna move or are you gonna stay put?
Mm. I'm gonna go ahead and stay put. Sorry, it's been a while since I played fighter, so I was just looking to see if there's anything else I could do.
No, you're good.
So
All the
I
cool
think I'm
stuff
gonna.
comes later.
Yeah, all this cool stuff comes later. Cause I'm not gonna use that thing yet. I'll stay put. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna stay put. I don't want to do any attack of opportunities.
Oh, okay. In that case, it is now Meat Lady's attack, and she's gonna swing at Cheese Boy as well. Because apparently this cheese guy just has offended everybody.
Mm, maybe
Uh,
maybe he stinks. We don't know.
real quick, Otter, could you confirm this for me?
Yeah. That is a natural 20.
This poor
Oh,
guy.
oh God.
Look at his fucking face rearranged.
If it says anything, she has a +7 to strength.
Oh.
Yeah, quite a barbarian.
So she turns to this 18th son of the 18th family, blah blah blah. Lets out a blood-curdling roar that almost vibrates the ground itself, and for a second it feels like there's heat coming off of her skin as her eyes go wide and she goes into a barbarian rage. She raises her war club and swings it baseball bat style so hard into this guy's chest he actually falls out of the arena and is disqualified while taking 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my gosh.
And as a free action, she looks at every one of you and goes, "Who's next?" That being said, it's your father's turn. Your father's an idiot because he is going to charge her.
Be careful, Dad. You
He
got
actually
this.
hits for max damage. Hot damn.
Let's go, Dad. Let's go, Dad.
So while she's gloating in the fact that she just DQ'd one of the other guys, he charges over, pushes her club out of the way with his shield, and manages to bring his sword down right on the back of her knee.
Ooh.
She doesn't go down, but she's definitely hurt. And his free action is, why don't you pick on someone your own size? Even though he's shorter than her by almost 1.5 feet. That being said,
Close enough.
It is our Carrot Paladin's turn. And unfortunately, he has decided he is going to go after you, Cinnamol.
That is fine. Fair enough.
Does a 16 hit your AC?
Nope.
All right. So he runs over, swings his sword down, and you manage to pivot at just the right moment. Sword gets into the ground. He's actually trying to pull it out because it's stuck.
Not like I'll use that to my advantage.
And that being said, top of the round, it is your turn.
Obviously I'm gonna go after him. With his sword still stuck in the ground, and he's trying, struggling to pull it off, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't knock him kind of off kilter with a blow.
Him?
Yeah, to stagger him and make him bend.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Fingers crossed. I fingered my 26.
All I heard was I finger my blank.
Sorry.
Yes.
Fingers
Same.
crossed. I would say fingers crossed. Don't worry. Fingers
Okay.
crossed.
You said a 28?
26.
Oh, 26. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. I wish this thing goes away. Alright. Not a lot, but 10.
So, in the chaos of him trying to get his sword out of the mud and everything, you manage to crack him real good in the ribs. He almost goes down, but he does manage to recover at the last second.
That is fine. I got him. Kneeled a bit. And with that, I'm going to just stay and wait to go ahead and basically do that again my next turn.
Sounds good.
Beat him down.
Next up is Meat Lady, and she is attempting to pick up your father.
Well,
He's a married man.
She got a 19. Oh my fucking god. Your father got a 2.
Father!
He was too distracted.
Father, get your head in the game.
He was too distracted being proud of you for getting that good crack in.
Father, watch out!
And so she hoists him over her head, kind of like Bane Batman style. But instead of breaking him over her knee, she just walks over and drops him on the other side of the fence. And he is disqualified.
Well.
Your father's just kind of laying there dazed, just like, huh? What? What the fuck just happened? As one does when you're suddenly yeeted by a barbarian.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well.
It is now the paladin's turn, and he is going to pay you back. Or he's going to roll a nat 1.
Fuck you.
He goes to swing, but he's so distracted by the King of Candia being dropped like a sack of potatoes that he miscalculates and he spins a little bit and kind of stumbles.
Okay.
And that's his turn.
Alright. Because I want to... Let's see what I can do. If I go ahead and try to, I guess, like, persuade the paladin to, like, if it's not against the rules, that was put beforehand, persuade against the paladin to both go against the meat barbarian lady, because I have a feeling I won't be able to handle her, and be like, that way we have a bit more of a fair fight.
Go ahead and roll
And
me a
whatnot.
persuasion check.
With that, I do believe I have Candy Heart of Conversation.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, so I can add a +2. I'm reading it right now. +2 bonus to any check. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you also gain a +1 bonus to AC and advantage on deception, persuasion, and performance checks. So you can roll twice and take the higher roll.
It took me a second to find persuasion. I forgot it was in alphabetical order. 15. I'm trying my best here. I'm like, My dude. My dude, she's gonna pulverize us to the ground. You saw what happened.
He pauses for a minute, looks at her, looks at you, looks at her, and goes, "For now, we have a common enemy." And he's going to turn his attention to her.
Nice. And with that, I'm going to try my best against this hulking behemoth of a woman. How lovely she is.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn, or are you going to attack?
I'm going to go ahead and try to attack. To essentially kind of like push her back, like please, like a distance, go back,
Mm-hmm.
push her down.
Like, get her in the corner
So
kind
let's,
of deal.
yeah, and see if we can't use that as the leverage for both of us.
Okay.
So I think let's see what we can do. No, no, I don't think so. 11.
Unfortunately, an 11 does not hit.
That is fine.
So you go to swing, but you're still so shocked at the persuasion working on the paladin that you kind of misjudge and you just kind of graze to the side instead by accident.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And I'll say that's all I do. I just brace myself.
Just like, oh god, this is
Okay.
gonna hurt.
Yeah, brace for impact.
All right. It is
Oh, please
now.
help me.
It is now our lovely barbarian's turn, and she. Oof! I need to roll to confirm. Does a 22 hit your AC?
Yeah, even with that, was it a +1 with the candy heart?
So she rolled a nat 20, and I just confirmed the critical.
Yeah.
Upside, she rolled minimum damage. You only take 7 points of non-lethal damage.
Okay, I'll go ahead and take that off.
So
Yeah.
as you try to corner her, she is in full rage now. She's a wild animal who will not be cornered, and she just takes her club and she slams it into your stomach to back you off.
Oh, well, that was to be expected.
Our paladin friend is now going to take a swing, and he hits for, oh wow, okay. So
Speed bulb.
he takes his sword and just crack, crack, crack. 1, 2, 3. One hit in the shoulder, one in the ribs, one in the leg, and she drops. And
I just blink at him.
where he hit her on the arm, her hand won't move now. Like the nerves are temporarily cut off, and her club falls to the ground, and she is declared unfit to continue fighting.
I just sort of stare at him and I say, good play. Good play. That was quite a technique.
Follow the bulb, and the bulb will teach you. And then he turns to you and holds his shield up. And now it's your turn.
Yeah, now we all pit against each other. Sorry, man. Like, look, I feel like we could be buddies, but
We could be friends, but like, why can't we be friends?
be friends. We could be friends outside of this, right? Just a
Oh,
competition.
totally.
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 Totally. 23.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
13.
Okay, so you managed to get a good crack in on his side, and he stumbles a bit. He's looking bruised, but he's not down. I also posted a picture of him for you in the chat.
Oh, yeah. It's just like, sorry, bro, it's a competition, but we can still be friends after this.
Absolutely. Alright, so he takes the hit. His legs are getting wobbly. He is going to try and swing at you again. At this point, the crowd is so interested in what you're doing. There's actually like a wall of people forming around the melee pit. And a 26 probably hits
Yeah, 26 hit.
for
Uh,
6 points of non-lethal damage.
okay, I'm okay. You
You,
said 6? Okay.
yep, 6
Eh,
non-lethal. It's all non-lethal. So
yeah,
you'll
I'm just
recover
like,
it after a rest.
I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Kind of.
And
Probably
he is
not.
going to action surge.
Oh, no.
He's going to try and shield bash you.
Please, no.
He's going to roll a nat 1. He gets so confident and so like, oh, this is my fight. He goes to shield bash you and slips, and he accidentally clocks somebody in the audience.
Oh my god. Um, can I see if I can use his momentum to knock him um
I will say
off out?
I will say you can roll your attack at advantage because he is staggered at the moment.
Okay. That made no sense to me. Okay, 13.
13 does not hit.
That is fine because I'm going to go ahead and action surge.
Ooh, you're gonna try and hit him again?
Yes, because I'm like, please, I'm not like I am
To quote Helsing
hurt.
Abridged, I need this.
Yeah. Um. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to go for him again. I'm basically praying to the almighty bow, even though I really don't do that a lot. 22.
That hits.
Hell yeah.
I have soy sauce on it.
Let's see if I can't
Just
at least knock him out. Like, please go away.
So
I
go ahead and
need
roll your
this.
damage.
10, it looks like.
How do you want to do this?
As with the momentum of him with the shield and accidentally clocking someone outside the arena, I'm going to charge forward and basically bump him over using that momentum that keeps going
All right,
and
so
flatten him on his ass.
not
You
only
can add more flair to it, but that's what I was trying to go for. Like,
oh, and
please just get away from me.
you achieve it, but you are so intent on getting him away from you, you manage to knock him over the fence, and he tumbles ass over tea kettle at the feet of none other than the head of the Bulb's church. Technically, his boss.
Mm.
And she looks
I'm like holding on to
mesmerized.
the fence, and yeah, I'm like holding on to the fence, and I'm looking up at her like, oh shit.
Immediately, Sir Carradine Deeproot jumps to his feet, brushes himself off, and kneels in front of the head of the church, and just, my lady, I'm so sorry. I know I told you I would win, but I'm. And she just holds up a hand, shakes her head, and just, we will speak of this later, and leaves. You would recognize her. I'm trying to find her picture. I have it here somewhere.
I think I know who as
I'm
the
waiting.
character.
Why is it being dumb?
While you're looking for her, I want to say that Tenemal is sympathetic, like apologetic. Like, yes, the competition, but he still feels bad. That he extends a hand towards, you said Carradine, Sir Carradine. Um, extend a hand to him and say, you did a good fight, a good play. I hope
There
that
she
this doesn't,
is.
and I say, I hope that this doesn't tarnish any sort of friendship that could come about.
He looks at your
Like,
hand almost as if he's disgusted. smacks it away, stands up, and just. I would die before I took the hand of somebody who would allow witchcraft and paganism in their country, and walks away.
I just sort of tilt my head, like, what the fuck? I thought we were cool, bro. um, but at the same time, I like understand because outside of Candia, it's frowned upon.
Mm-hmm.
Has been told to me many, 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 many times, and I just lowered my hand back down and just sort of um, lean against the fence and look at my dad, probably still dazed on the ground or whatnot.
Oh, at this point, your dad is standing up and just like, "That's my boy! That's my son! Yeah!" He's got like the whole crowd hyping you up.
I do smile, but inside I do still feel a bit terrible, even though Sir Carradine went and basically
Basically, even though it wasn't your
not great.
fault,
Yeah.
the attempt was shunned, and therefore,
Oh well. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and basically have like this moment to celebrate with father and Lem as well, knowing Lem won the archery.
yeah. So at this point, Lem, you're hearing the chanting. They're just cinema, cinema, cinema.
Uh-huh.
And you see the paladin of the Church of the Bulb walking away looking like he just had his full pun intended, his candy stolen.
Wink.
Hmm. Yeah, he's gonna kind of smirk, but then he's gonna go see what all the ruckus is about. He's assuming Cinema won. He also doesn't give a shit about the bull. He thinks
Yeah.
not in an edgy like Reddit atheist way that religion is stupid, but like in a why is a invisible being telling me how to live my life
Fuck you
Mhm.
kind
and
of
your
way.
chicken strips kind of deal.
Yes.
Yeah. And as you come over, Lem, I congratulate you on winning the archery. With like the big beaming smile, and like I knew you could do it. What did I tell you?
Oh, this is
Best of the
very
best.
easy. Let's just say I know how to aim in multiple situations.
Hey.
By the way, he kind of like puts his hand on Cinema's shoulder and grips a little harder. He's like, and speaks a little lower. He's like, by the way, cousin, how do you feel about murder?
I go ahead and put my fingertips together, kind of like the what was it, Godfather? I'm out of movie reference, but like the evil almost like the evil look at the fingertips
Excellent.
together.
I
Yeah,
know exactly what
and
you're
just
talking
sort of look
about.
at and then just look at Len and be like
Very Mr. Burns.
very mischievous and be like,
There we go.
We are going to discuss it later tonight, of course. You gotta tell
Mhm,
me all the
mhm.
details,
Oh yes, oh yes.
of course.
Congrats, cousin, you won. Good job.
And and congrats to you too.
Again, was easy. Competition
Of
was
course.
eh.
All right.
Of course, of course.
I will say, Kasagai, you have seen all of this, including the king of Candia getting tossed like a sack of potatoes.
He's been, clapping politely at, every win. Uh, but mostly she's just been using her ears to kind of listen to the people around her.
All
Mm.
right. In that case, roll me a perception check.
That's persuasion. Perception. Oh, that's a bad one. I don't. It's too loud. It's too damn loud.
There's too much chanting for the prince. There's too much. Oh, I had money on that fucker. Blah blah blah. I will say though that with a nat one, you do notice your lovely avocado potential suitor is standing over at the wine tent and is holding a cup, just like she'll come by. I know she will.
I feel bad for this guy, but he's so disgusting.
I
It's
know,
like a
right?
pitiful, ugly puppy.
Mhm.
It's dog pool.
Don't even,
Yeah.
don't even compare Dogpool. Dogpool had redeeming qualities.
Yeah, because she loved Ryan Reynolds. That was the redeeming quality.
Well, no, because she's adorable.
Oh, she's absolutely adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, as this is going on, in the ring next to you guys, in the second half of the melee, there's a commotion and there is a panic.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, drama. Lem is gonna start walking over there excitedly, like he loves drama.
And
I'm actually interested, so I want to know
yeah, so
how I go with them.
and, where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? So it's over in this pit over here. I may have to move you out here because of the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Oh, with the earlier conversation between Lem and Deep Root, and between Cinnamol and Deep Root, and between Lem and Cinnamol, I probably would have overheard that lot.
Oh,
What the? How do you feel about murder?
It was easy
Yes.
for you to hear that. They weren't exactly being secretive about it.
Yep. Carrot is now on my shit list.
He was
Oh,
a
of course,
dick.
it was playful bad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, as you guys get to the other ring, you notice there is a very roughed up and angry looking black clad person being held down, and in the middle of the ring is a non-blunted dagger made of water steel, which anybody from Candia knows that water steel is an instant death sentence for anybody from Candia.
Ooh.
They've been outlawed since the Ravening War. And yet here one sits in the middle of the arena and an unknown masked assassin is laying in the dirt. Are you guys
Does there appear to be anyone injured nearby?
roll a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
Lemonus is gonna go investigate the body.
The body?
There's a wall. Well, you said there's a dead assassin on the ground.
No, there's
got
an
a nat
assassin
20
being
that.
held down.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna get a little bit closer. He's like, "Gentlemen, what's going on?" Oh, and he sees the knife. He's like, "Oh, interesting. Illegal weaponry."
Yes, very.
I'm gonna investigate.
Nat 20
this, though.
You got a 20?
for nat 20 for 34.
Oh, god damn. Jesus.
Oh my god. This is why Anise is my personal god.
Yeah, fuck.
If I'm looking or listening for things, I got a good bonus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going. Well, actually, I'm going to percept to see if there's any others, that any other potential assassins that might be nearby.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you go ahead and roll that perception. Real quick, what
Hell
you
yeah.
notice, Anise, with your perception is that they tried to hide it, like off to the side, but there is in fact somebody laying limp over towards the other end of the arena, and there is a light lime green colored blood oozing out. Do you wish to investigate?
Yes.
Roll me another perception check.
Okay.
I wonder if it tastes like sour green apple. What? We're candy people.
I
I'm allowed
know.
to ask these questions.
You are loud, cousin.
Oh no, that's not Lem saying it. That's the player.
I
I
got
know.
a 20 that time.
You got a 20?
Yes.
All right, you approach the body to investigate. The stature is a little on the shorter side. Unfortunately, though, you do recognize who this is. This is none other than everybody's favorite serenading Candyman.
No!
From Candia. Thaddeus Sugardrop lays dead on the tournament ground.
So he's already dead. Down.
So the thing about these daggers is that they're made up in a certain way that basically breaks Candians down from the inside out. It starts with full body paralyzation, followed by a very slow and painful death.
But
We
he's,
need to kill
I can
whoever
tell
did this.
he's already dead.
Yeah, he's. You can tell by the way he's laying that unfortunately he probably died during the chaos of everybody chanting for Cinnamol because that would have drowned out the noise, you know?
Okay.
Mm.
Thaddeus is unfortunately no longer a part of this world, though.
No, who's gonna tell his wife? His giant wife.
I know, right? Now I'm gonna miss his serenading in the middle of the night.
Lem actually does say that. He's like, I kind of regret throwing
Yeah.
a snow globe at him this morning.
Thunk.
Mm. Uh,
His singing wasn't all that bad. Off
mm.
key, very, very
Your
off key.
father
But
sees the body. And so the thing about King Brock is that he's always been seen as kind of a goofball. Like, he'll be serious when he needs to be, but he's not an angry king or anything like that.
Mhm.
For the first time in your life, Cinnamol, you see genuine rage in his eyes
damn.
as he storms over and rips the mask off of the assassin that is being held down by the guards. And it's nobody that anybody recognizes, it's just another Ceresian. But this Ceresian almost looks like there's a fanatical craze in his eyes, like a religious fervor almost, if you will.
Mm.
And he screams at the top of his lungs for the bulb. And he attempts. Sorry, I'm rolling dice as I go. He attempts to pull his arm free, grabs the dagger from where it landed, and instead of stabbing anybody else, stabs himself in the throat.
Ew.
Oh well.
The guards.
So much for trying.
Is
Sorry, go ahead.
is that an instant kill, or would healing be able to?
He nat 20'd himself.
Okay.
He's dead. Dead.
It's rare, but I rolled 2 nat 20s in a row. That's an insta kill.
Oh my god. Yeah. Well, so much for trying to get information out.
The guards are quickly trying to cover it up. They throw the mask back on. One of them grabs their cloak. They wrap it with the body and they hurry off. While another cloak very, very gently and carefully removes Thaddeus's body to have it taken care of, intended to, so it could be sent back home.
Mm.
And your father turns to you, Cinnamol.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first time in your life, you're pretty sure he's ready to go to war again.
Mm.
When I tell you, trust no one from here on out, I mean, trust no one. And he was hyping up, oh, everybody there is great, everybody's wonderful, just be careful of pickpockets. Now he's sitting here telling you, trust nobody ever.
I just go ahead and nod and say, "Of course, Father. I'll start that starting now."
I will not lose my son to a political vendetta. I must speak with the Emperor, and he leaves. Kasagai, you were on the other side sitting in the booths, correct?
Yes.
Roll me a perception to see if you see the chaos going on.
Are you fucking kidding me? It was almost on a nat 20. That's a
Mhm.
6. Nope, she's wandered over to go talk to the avocado.
She went to go talk
No.
to Viscount Thaddeus.
Um,
Ah, yes. I'm so glad you finally joined me. I was worried that perhaps you had gotten lost in my eyes. And he hands you a glass of wine.
She sips on it.
Well, no, it was so exhilarating this turning, wasn't it?
Oh, it was fantastico. It was just so much energy, so much skill, and to think that somebody died.
Oh, somebody died.
Yeah, somebody from Candia was in the melee and apparently got stabbed by an illegal weapon, unfortunately. It's truly terrible, but surely nothing that you need to worry your pretty head about.
Well, if there's an assassin about, I must go protect the prince. I must be near him. You understand?
He gently takes your hand and kisses it, and it feels like avocado skin, like that weird smooth but rough that your brain doesn't quite know how to process. And he just, I wish you would stay with me. But if I can protect you, you're safe around me. And I am
It is.
possibly looking for somebody to share my kingdom with me.
She waves a hand.
Oh, nonsense, sir. Despite the fact of my royal position, I am only a commoner. I don't think your mother or father would be willing to let you marry me.
Wait for me then. I will find a way to make it work.
She's like, how do you feel about 9 foot tall snake woman?
All I want to do is see you turn into a giant woman. I feel like that's just the theme for this now. Like, that's her unofficial theme song. Ugh. But yeah, he is doing his best to persuade you into staying over there and hanging out with him.
She takes his hand and, gently, gives it a squeeze.
I cannot promise that I can wait for you. I do not know what my queen has in store for me, whether or not my tenure as a tutor will last, and if it does not, I must return to my village. And unfortunately, I am no lady or noble at court in my village.
But you are so beautiful. It's impossible to believe somebody as majestic and gorgeous as you would be a commoner.
Well, that's what happens when you grow up in a swamp.
And, and he's a little bit shocked, like just a swamp, and that distraction is enough for you to get your hand free if you would like to escape.
Yes, she, thanks him for the wine, gives him a curtsy and then scurries off to go find, the king and Cinnamol and
It's
Lemonus and all of them.
it is not hard for you to find them because there's not a lot of Candians here, and a crowd of Fruitarians and Vegetans are just now leaving the second arena where you see King Brock looking livid.
Your Grace,
She curtsies low.
I heard there was a murder of one of our people.
It was Thaddeus.
I am very sorry, my king. I know you two were close.
He saved my life, you know. But all we can do now is watch our backs and find who did this. Uh-oh, we lost somebody. We lost a Fae.
Oh no, the
She
baby.
said that she's not feeling well. She's gonna dip.
Okay. Feel better, Faye. If you want to listen in, cool. So Lemonis has, in his depression and his mourning, has taken leave to go to the quarters and be in his own head for a bit and process what just happened.
Hmm.
Um, about my perception, I was looking around to see if there were any other assassins or would be like orderers,
Mm-hmm.
like someone who might have given the order and
And
look
you did.
suspicious. I got a 26.
So, other than the assassin that they caught, nobody really seems super suspicious, but you do see one of the senators of Sarisia. Again, I have to find the picture. I had it pulled up and then I clicked away from the tab. His name is Augustus, and he looks like a bread roll that has legs.
Okay. Um, I'm going to Uh, if I can get in close enough, I'm going to try to pick his pocket and see if there's anything, any orders or anything in there.
Go ahead and roll a
Uh,
sleight of hand.
okay. 23. Shit. Let's go.
God damn, y'all's dice hate
It's
each
really
other
high
today.
tonight.
This
The
is why I
hype is
love
real. So this is what Senator Augustus Ciabatta looks like. Just for
Oh,
an idea, just for the image, you know?
Okay.
And
Okay.
he's the one you're pickpocketing?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what he gets on his. Not a damn thing. Okay, he got a 3.
Oh shit.
So you pick his pocket easily. His
Mhm.
this is nothing to you. You
Yeah.
manage to snag his coin purse, which has 387 coins in it. You snag a handkerchief that has the signature of a well-known brothel here in the capital.
Okay.
And you manage to snag just like some other bits and baubles, you know, just small stuff here and there, but nothing that really seems like an
Incriminating.
order.
Okay.
Yeah, no evidence, but apparently he enjoys brothels and he carries a lot of money on him.
Okay. Damn. Didn't get what I wanted, but at least I got money.
And he is none the wiser. He's just like, oh no, this is such a tragedy for Candia. Whatever shall we do?
I think
Kasuga pipes
Mm.
up.
we should do a full investigation of the body.
Surely
Yeah,
the
as I go,
Mhm.
as I go over, I'll make an investigation on the body as well.
body's already been removed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
They moved the bodies as quick as possible to avoid causing a panic in the stampede in the stands.
Mhm.
Because
Which is quite unfortunate.
the last thing they want is to accidentally cause a riot or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that is understandable, but also unfortunate for us.
All that's left of Thaddeus is a small pool of green citrus and apple flavored blood on the ground.
Mm.
Although you do notice that his wedding ring fell off.
I'll go ahead and very tentatively like pick it up like between two fingers. um
Kind of making it look like you're checking the blood to see what it is, kind of thing.
uh almost. um and I'll looking at it between my fingers, I'll be like, I'm pretty sure that, and her name escapes me, Miss Serena would probably want this
Mm-hmm.
back. And if it is clean, I'll go ahead and pocket it. If it's not, I'll clean it off with something and then pocket it. Because I'm pretty sure Miss Serena would want it as like a memento.
So you clean it off a little bit. There's just a little bit. There's like the tiniest bit of blood and dirt on it. So you just kind of wipe it off, clean it off, and it's good to go.
Yeah.
Welcome to Game of
Just for
Thrones,
mystery.
kids.
Yeah.
Welcome to Game of Thrones, where the plot's made up and the characters don't matter. What?
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Could I like check like the blood splatter and stuff just to
Absolutely.
I'll do an investigation for that.
Go ahead and roll that.
Oh yeah.
8. Let's go.
Yep, that's blood. That is definitely blood, and that guy definitely got stabbed. Which, by the way, the dagger has been left in the grounds.
Oh, shall we investigate the dagger?
Anyone notice anything about this blood? I don't know.
What, you need help, Sandy?
Perhaps.
Uh,
My training
but
escapes me.
I mean, we can help you. There's nothing to be embarrassed about if you need any help. I know you typically like
I
to work alone.
it
Yup.
it's fine.
Plug.
I I want to I want to make sure that uh everything is as it seems and we're not being deceived in some way
Mm-hmm.
or another.
Oh, I understand. I understand. Uh,
I think Anise is just too pissed at the moment to
yeah.
calmly
Uh,
investigate.
yeah. I'll go ahead and try to help. He's like he's a bit perceptive and such, but not as great as these two. So he's just like, sure, I'll help. Even though that's not really my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Probably won't clean anything. Um,
Caustic Guy's gonna kind of wander over with him and kind of like peer at the dagger as well.
All right.
yeah.
In that case, you can re-roll it at advantage, and everybody else can also roll if they would like to do their own investigation.
I can reroll with advantage.
Yes.
Thank God, because I got a 3.
I know. I was like, oh my god, Caster guy, we're helping each other. Quick.
We're helping each other. I got a 16.
I
I
Okay,
Yeah,
can
it's
reroll.
still mere shit at rolling. Yeah.
Oh no, that's insight.
I have
Investigation.
no idea what I rolled because these dice
13.
are designed weird. What is
So we could all re-roll as if we had as if we had advantage.
yes, because you're all helping each other.
Okay.
So Cinema, you can make one roll.
Yeah,
21.
'cause I was just like, what was that other one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Per- was it perception or investigation? I'm sorry.
Your pick.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do perception. It's a bit better. Nope. Nah. Average.
I got a 21.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right. Anise, you had a question?
Is there anything here that we can safely store the dagger in?
It's easy enough to
Hmm.
see some bits of leather and stuff that were chopped off some of the training dummies that you can use.
Okay, so I'll encase it so it's definitely not going to get loose,
Mm-hmm.
and then just store it away.
Sounds
I'm
good.
not letting that thing get anywhere near the prince
Yeah,
or
Oh,
anyone else.
sure.
because it's pretty common knowledge, because you need to know not to do it to die. I did put the water steel info in the player chatter.
Mm.
So for our players at home, or for our watchers at home, I should say, water steel are blades made of pure water, and pure water to Candians is highly dangerous because water melts candy. There you go. There's your lesson for the day. Um, but no, you guys would
Right.
notice as common knowledge as, oh nope, it's like the boogeyman. Don't do it. For those who re-roll their perceptions and such, I heard an 18.
I got a 16.
Oh, 16.
I
Okay.
got
Yeah.
21.
21.
I got a 13.
13.
11.
11.
Yeah, very average.
All right, is that everybody?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody notices that the blood splatter is a little too neat for having been a sudden stab wound in the middle of a melee combat.
Hmm.
One thing that those who got a 14 or higher notice
Mhm.
is that in the blood, that looks like there's flecks of something almost metallic, but not like, it doesn't look like water steel. It looks slightly different and slightly darker. Sorry, my phone's going off.
Interesting. Like with the trajectory here.
If we walk through it and this red string goes here,
Yeah. I'm like doing the basic, like, oh, trajectory here. Wow, it's a bit too neat. Like from this angle, went here.
but yeah, no, it's easy enough to tell that the blood splatter doesn't match how it should have been if it was a high velocity fight. The way it looks
Yeah.
almost makes it look like he didn't know he was stabbed until it was too late.
Mm. Yikes.
Like a slow penetration.
So the best way I can explain it is, fun fact. I know that's because of my college courses. If you stab
Mhm.
somebody in the side with an ice pick, they won't notice it for up to 12 hours, and by then it's too
Well,
late.
hmm.
So it's similar to that. Like he could have been stabbed without knowing it while fighting, but it didn't start bleeding until something triggered it, like a strike to the side or something.
Mm.
Okay.
And by the time it kicked in and he started bleeding, he was probably paralyzed because there's no thrashing around.
Mm. Well,
What might I try to figure out what the metallic stuff is with?
For that, roll me investigation.
Okay. 18.
You look into it, and the metallic flakes are similar to the steel used in the blunted weapons, but this is a lot thinner, and it looks like it was made to break off of something.
Oh, so it's like a so it's similar in property where it'll, do the paralysis and everything, but it's like a disposable weapon
Uh,
type.
more like it was hidden. It was a cover, and then was broken off just in time for the actual weapon to be used. Kind of like if it was coated in like a like sugar glass, like the one they use for beer bottles to break easily on screen. Kind of like that.
Oh, so that it would be harder to like detect that this weapon was in fact
Water
so
steel.
deadly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if you ever have you ever seen A Knight's Tale?
No.
mm.
Oh,
Yes,
you
the
know,
tip lines.
yeah. So basically, it's a super thin material that was used to hide the actual blades so they could sneak it into the tournament.
Right. Um, I convey that that this was that the metallic coating was such a cover to escape the escape the notice of any inspections.
Mm.
From now on,
Um,
we all move as a group. Everyone,
yes.
keep their wrists out. No sneaking
I'm
off.
going if people are it doesn't seem like it's easy to eavesdrop on us, then I'll go ahead and divulge some information I learned. Does it seem like we have relative privacy?
Oh yeah, no. Because of what happened, the tournament grounds, everybody has left because they're just like, oh, nothing's gonna happen now. Might as well go home and drink.
Mm.
Okay, so I share with everyone about how, let's see, yeah, about the rumors that I heard that, uh, people were talking about the emperor being poisoned, that the daughter might be the next target, that that there have been other bandit attacks like the one that we experienced
Mm-hmm.
from the Saritians, and the Saritians are talking about seizing power or seceding. Um,
Mm.
One target might be our very own Brock, um, uh, and there's there is a um, it's very uh, slight rumor that the daughter is the one who poisoned the emperor.
Mm. Of course, these are all rumors, so we have to take them with pardon, but a grain of salt. But it is something to keep in mind.
Yeah, and with the current recent events that have just transpired, it seems
Mm-hmm.
like the assassination
True.
is confirmed. Yeah.
Yeah.
There, she kind of pauses.
Mm.
There was an avocado man that was very keen to get me alone with him.
An avocado man.
Yes, I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry.
It's Thaddeus.
His name's Thaddeus as well.
Oh, he was a baron, right?
He was a thing.
He was a something.
Yeah,
He
something.
he is royalty. I will get back to you on what that is.
Okay. Yes, a nobleman also named Thaddeus.
Hmm.
I found it very odd. He said he was overcome by my beauty. She kind of rolls her eyes. But was very insistent that I stay with him and not come check on you.
I sort of raise an eyebrow and be like, maybe that's because he's so smitten with you, he wanted some alone time with. He's just trying to stow you away for himself.
Um, I'll look into it.
I do appreciate it. If anything, give him a lesson on how to treat somebody in the royal court.
Hmm.
Uh,
I mean, we have to treat basically everyone as a suspect until we narrow it down. Trust no one.
For now, everyone is our enemy.
He was a
Mhm.
viscount.
Okay,
Ah.
she relays
Viscount
that information.
Thaddeus Strongpit. But he also
Mm.
goes by Thad.
No, he can't because that's my little brother's name.
Oh,
He's officially on the friend zone list. He's
oh well,
not allowed.
then Lim had nothing to worry about, I guess.
Right. Oh, ew. Something about you just grosses me out.
Oh, it's because you use
Yeah.
my brother's name.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Um. But yeah, we'll go ahead and go with that mindset, and that just means we have to basically implement the buddy system, kind of like looking around at this thing that was put together before we even got here. To implement the buddy system even more now.
And I'll
ah,
caution that we should treat all rumors as truth and all negative rumors
Mm.
as truth until we can guarantee our safety.
Mhm. Very well.
as for our
Agreed.
sleeping arrangements, due to this recent trouble and the assassination, I would suggest we pair up. Um,
Mhm.
by genders, of course. It would be inappropriate. Uh, but
Mm.
we must not be in our rooms alone for any given reason.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I look a little displeased with that, but it's like, okay, for safety. So, Miss Lychee, since how do you suppose we should divvy up ourselves then?
I would say we are an odd group.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the natural progression would be Cinnamon and Lemoness, of course, sharing a room. And the problem comes with Sandy and Anise. Are you okay sharing a room? Would that be any trouble for any of you? If it is, I would not mind sharing a room with Sandy.
I shall not be
I
leaving the
have
prince's side.
Mm.
Then we will shall find a room that holds 3 people for you three,
Mm.
and then
I have no qualms with anyone, so
Sandy and your grandmother can all 3 of us can stay together.
And what of father? I go ahead and just
Oh,
point off where
she
he
just
was.
she sighs really. Oh,
Honestly, from
I'm,
forgot about him.
I just
Uh,
shrug, be
You
like, well,
forgot
he
about
did
me.
come up unannounced.
uh, well, you weren't in the original itinerary, Your Highness.
Mm.
I suppose.
Mm.
Then we shall find a
I
suite that is suitable for 4 people. And the
yeah.
4 of you will be rooming together, and Sandy, your grandmother, and I shall room together.
And then you'll
That's good.
have uh what is grandmother's guard, Gruffy?
Oh, yeah, Gruffy.
Yeah, Sir Gruffy. Then you also
I
have Sir Gruffy Gumby, grandma,
yes, I do
grandmother's
not
first
believe I
guard.
could pry him from your grandmother's side with
Of course.
a drum of oil. So yes, he will also be rooming with us, which I is
Mm,
inappropriate, but understandable in our circumstances. We can't be choosy when it comes to our safety.
And
Of course, in times as dire as these, appropriateness and decorum
Yes,
need to take a back seat, as it were.
mm,
and it would be good that we have well-trained fighters, as such as Sir Gruffy, in a room with myself and the what is her title? So it's like the
the
Queen
the
Regent or
Queen
something.
Dowager.
And the Queen Dowager. Um, I do not doubt Sandy's skills at all to protect us, but it would be nice to have the extra help.
mm.
Indeed.
All right.
And if possible, rooms um, adjoining or across the hall from one another would be
Yes,
preferable.
if we can manage that.
So
I'm pretty sure that we probably have like a quarter set for us with the adjoining rooms and whatnot. I don't know what how this
the
place is
the
divvied up, but I'm assuming that's how it is.
the Emperor did have basically the equivalent of like an Airbnb style setup where it's like, a living area plus two adjoining rooms, etc., etc. Like you have your own
Mhm.
little like home inside of the castle.
Gotcha. Like that.
But
So
you're like family
so
too.
I'm yeah. So I'm pretty sure we're all set up there. We just have to, however the rooms are divvied up, we just make sure that no one's alone.
Of course, and we shall keep watch as well.
And I know you will, Anise and Sandy.
No, I mean, through the night we shall assign watches.
Mm-hmm.
Each shall take a turn.
Oh, so you want me to go ahead and do watch too?
Of course.
He looked a bit incredulous, like, oh, I can go ahead and do watch. Okay, awesome. Cool. Like, I get to stay up, like a sleepover party almost. Like, okay,
This is gonna be great.
awesome.
We shall not be caught napping, figuratively
Mhm.
or literally.
Of course, strictly professional.
Mhm.
But if we are done here, I suppose we shall head back. Seeing as everyone else, I sort of look around, everyone else cleared out. There's like not one single person
Yeah, no,
stranding
even
behind.
the merchants are like, nope, I'm not staying here. I'm done.
Okay, seeing as we're like the only ones left here, we should probably head on back for people find us suspicious or whatnot, staying back here for no reason.
Um, just the thought that I had.
Hmm.
Given the time frame that we know from the blood that um, uh, our friend was stabbed
Hmm.
before his death, um, it's possible that someone else had done the deed and then given the dagger to the would-be assassin.
Yes, the assassin could have been a plant.
Could be, but they did off themselves and screaming, agitated, and whatnot. But it's a thought.
I, I just find it hard to imagine um, someone so suspicious getting into the ring and no one noticing them right away. But perhaps I'm just being paranoid.
I mean, it was in the middle of a tourney, lots of chaos and excitement going on. It could be missed. Could be missed. But I do see where you're coming from, Sandy.
A little paranoia is prudent in times such as these,
Especially in my line of work.
of
Hmm.
course.
Hmm.
All right, So if you guys are you guys heading back to your reserved area of the castle?
Yes.
Or since we can't examine the bodies or anything, it's like, well, might as well just hunky dory.
Mm-hmm. I will say your journey back to the castle is eerily quiet. All the celebration and everything is just out of the air.
Yeah.
Um, it takes you about half an hour or so to get to your quarters in the castle, and it's very nicely set up. Like, there's a full like kitchenette kind of deal. There's a living area. There's the two bedrooms that are connected. They're both very spacious. Nice view of the countryside. All that fun stuff. Um,
Hell yeah.
and the emperor even went so far as to leave a gift basket for you guys on the dining table.
That's sweet.
Hmm. Is that from the Emperor, or
Mm.
do we have anyone who's knowledgeable enough to detect poison?
I mean, it
I'm
says
not
it's
very
from the
confident.
Emperor, but
Trust no one,
um,
trust nothing.
Your
I
father,
know.
your
True.
your father leans down and just trust nothing ever.
Mm. I'm
I'll
just reading what was on
go.
the card. He's like throwing his hands like, I'm just reading what's on the card. Don't look at me. I wasn't gonna do anything. I, was, I wasn't gonna partake in it. I'm just reading what's on the card.
What should I do? Like a medicine check, or
It would be a
if I
medicine
want
check.
to? I'm not very confident, but according to me, I rolled an 11.
So it's from what you can tell, it is like candies made of things from Fructera, Emperor Nova's homeland. But you really
Mm.
can't tell if there's anything off about it. It just smells like a little bit weirder candy.
According to me, it just seems like normal-ish candy, but I'm not too confident in myself. But um, I we don't have to indulge ourselves anyway.
May I make a medicine check? I just realized I have a
Absolutely.
+6 in it.
Do the thing.
That's a 21, baby.
Hell yeah.
You take one sniff of the bag and it doesn't smell right. It takes you a minute to place it. You realize that technically, yes, these are poison, but not toxic to Candians. On these candies is a very, very strong but hard to detect pesticide.
Mm.
Basically,
Oh,
basically a weed killer.
there's pesticides on these candies.
So these are poisoned with the potential target being fructarian or vegetarian, possibly even Ceresian. Were these planted to frame us?
I mean, these are candies that were made from Fructera, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, sorry, I thought you were asking me.
oh no. Like I was saying that, and also like making sure I was saying it correctly.
Okay,
Um,
sorry, my bad.
yeah. But these are candies that were like made in Fructera, like trying to imitate our delicacies. Um, so it could possibly be like their take on it. I'm not sure about the pesticide though. That is a really odd thing to add to it. But again, it's Fructera. What I doubt it, but would I know or have heard anything about like Fructera using pesticides as like a daily thing or whatnot? How
Uh,
pesticides are being used?
make a history check.
Okay. Double checking. 12.
You don't remember a whole lot, but you do remember that this particular thing with pesticides kind of reminded you about your dad telling you not to mess with water seal, but like it was so long ago, you're not quite sure, but it might be bad.
Yeah.
Um,
I just sort of push the basket away with a finger. Like not touching any of it, just pushing the basket like, well, I'm not gonna touch it anyways.
Can I do an insight as to maybe why someone might want to put pesticide on it?
Um, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. A 5.
No idea.
Okay.
Was worth a shot.
I've got
um,
an idea.
hmm
Because I have a heightened sense of smell,
hmm
could I try and detect if I can sense anyone we know on the basket? Like,
Sure, you
figure
can
out
give that
who
a
may have
shot.
placed it there.
Thanks. Use the sniffers.
You can certainly try.
16. I am not rolling well today.
A 16 is
No,
enough. You do recognize the scent of uh, the Emperor's daughter. She probably put it together, and the other scent you pick up is not maybe you know, but it smells very similar to the guards they have here. So you're pretty sure one of the guards dropped it off.
Mhm.
Uh, may I try an insight check? Um, as to maybe, well, would that be an insight or a history check if I could maybe plumb my knowledge as to why someone might put a pseudo poisoned candy in our room?
Mm.
History check.
We're rolling
Roll it
all
for me,
sorts of checks on
baby.
this suspicious
That's a
path.
dirty 20.
Okay, that is enough. You
Very
know
sus.
that you know for a fact that this particular pesticide has no effect whatsoever on Candians. It's like it's kind of like how some people react to MSG and others don't.
Mm.
What you also know is that this particular poison is favored amongst assassins from Fructera because of the fact that it's fast acting.
Mm.
It's a slow build. You start with small doses to make it look natural, and from what you remember in your like all your crazy shit going on there, there's a book you read once upon a time, long time ago, that basically said they start in tiny doses to make it look as if the person's health is just catching up to them.
She's gonna gather the candy, and she is going to walk over to the nearest trash bin and put it in the trash bin.
Okay, you throw away the candy.
What was wrong with it? Besides the pesticide.
The pesticide is an old Fructarian assassination attempt. What you would do is you would sit there and you would eat the candy, small bits here and there. It's designed to be delicious, of course, so you would eat more over the course of your time here. And were you sensitive to it? We are fortunately not sensitive to it, but better to be safe than sorry. As time goes on, it looks like your health is beginning to fail you. It's a very slow building, and then it kills you quickly.
What would be a
Perhaps
connect the dots roll for this? Thinking of the Emperor.
should just be able to do it naturally, right? Without rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say, wait, that sounds awfully similar to what's happening to the Emperor at this moment.
Is it?
Do we know who's tried to send this to us?
I did smell his daughter on the basket
I
That would line
mean,
up
and
with
one of the
rumors we
guards.
heard.
It
And you did mention a rumor of her being an assassin.
On another point, it could be her trying to alert us. Maybe she's not in a position where she can act, but outside forces connecting the dots. Why, it's just a lucky coincidence that we figured it out.
Quite possibly. Would
Possibly. I'll be skeptical.
yes, it could also be an attempt to frame us.
Yes.
So, is there a known antidote to this poison that you've heard of, Miss Leitchi?
Oh, would I have known?
if there is an
There's
antidote?
no antidote, but there is a very brief window of time where if the poison is no longer being administered, the victim has a chance of recovery.
There's a small window where there's recovery is possible, but no, there is no antidote.
Okay, I'm going to gather a. Well, lift the basket back out because we need it as evidence. And I suggest that we make haste to the Emperor's quarters.
Yes.
Would you mind if I tagged along?
Of course, join us. And it'd probably be best if we have the king with us as well.
I'll be with you.
Good. Let's hope we can at least save one life tonight.
Mm.
All right, I need to make a couple of rolls here real quick. Somebody pick. Somebody call odds or evens.
Odds.
God damn it.
Did I hit evens?
So as you guys are getting ready to head out, the bells start tolling. There's footsteps rapidly running around outside of your rooms, outside in the hallways through the castle, and you hear the town crier, Emperor Unova is dead.
Shit.
Oh.
The Emperor has died, and etc., etc., etc. And after a moment, you hear the distant wailing of his daughter.
Unfortunate, we came to this knowledge too late.
How far away does she sound?
Maybe like 100 feet or so, like just because your guys' area is not that far from the Emperor's room. Kind of like the other side of the house kind of deal.
Now the question is, do we act and move toward her, or do we hold position?
I mean, we
Also,
don't
I
really
used the
have a
restroom
lot
really
of. I'm sorry, what was it, Miss Lyshie?
I said I used the restroom really bad.
Oh,
Well, I'm
okay.
sorry.
We could act to console her, and at least in guise.
I mean,
We
it would
agreed on
probably
her
be
bedtime tonight.
it would probably be best to
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
go ahead and
Okay.
give condolences.
Of course.
Boys.
I would probably leave the basket though. I mean,
Don't bring it.
unless y'all want to bring the basket, but I am not going to touch that basket.
I'm using a cloth or napkin or something to hold it.
No fingerprints.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like no one has touched the basket. We're just like,
Well, I don't want that poison on my hands, basically.
that,
No.
yeah, that too. But I want nothing to do with that basket. Like, keep that basket away from me. I'm not shit.
Put that thing back where it came from,
But
or so help me.
yeah, exactly. Put it back
So
on my
help me.
table. Put it back on my table. But I'll look towards father and say, you know, it would probably be best if we give Miss Pumpelina our condolences and just basically let her know that we're here for her and whatnot. I mean, might as well.
Yes.
They are family, right?
Of course. I agree.
All right, so you guys are gonna go find the princess and basically do the "We're so sorry for your loss. How can we help?"
Yes.
Essentially, I'm doing it more genuine.
Yeah, fair enough, but like that's the gist of it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
message. Here you go.
All right. Well, I will say that by the time you do get to the Emperor's room, the guards outside have made like a rounded wall, but as soon as they see you, they recognize you and they step aside. Inside, the princess is thrown over her father's body that is unmoving, and she is sobbing hysterically.
Um, as we're approaching, I don't want to be this type of person, but based on the rumor, she's being genuine, stricken with grief.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You're pretty sure it's real.
yeah, that's what I thought. um, and I'm like pushing the rumor aside from my head, like, nah, she wouldn't do that. Um, I'll go ahead and give a, like a deep, polite bow and be like, Lady Pumbelina, we are truly saddened and offer our condolences to you. Anything that we can do to help you in any sort of ways, please let us know. We are here.
I I appreciate the help. I just it was so sudden. One moment he was talking, and the next he just it's like he went to sleep.
Would you mind if I had a look around the room?
What good would poking around my father's things do? He he is an old man. He died. It's you can look, but I don't know what good it will do.
Okay, I'll go ahead and investigate around the room.
Roll me an investigation check.
I'll just stay by Plumbelina's side.
23. I'm specifically looking uh signs of uh like not her but like someone like sneaking in stuff
Mm-hmm.
that would like pesticide that would be like uh against her knowledge, like that she wouldn't know.
Could I help with this? See if I can
Absolutely.
detect the sense of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
what
Yeah,
there is nothing around here.
But since you're both assisting the other, you can both roll at advantage.
Oh,
cool.
cool.
I probably won't roll any higher, but let's check.
Hey, you never know. There's advantage for a reason.
Yeah, cool.
A 24.
I still got 23.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, Anise, what you notice is that the wine glasses by his bed have a very strong smell of that pesticide.
Okay.
And as you're looking around, Sandy, you do find a like a pouch that looks like it was full of a powder at one point, just kind of tucked under the dresser. But there's no real signs that anybody tried to sneak in or anything. Whoever brought this in was welcomed in.
Okay. Um uh I'm going to whisper over to Anise and ask, um, do you do you have any idea whose smell might be on this?
Okay,
As I
I'll do another
ask her.
perception. Roll. That's a 32.
God damn.
Do I?
You don't recognize who the scent is, but it smells very earthy and almost what's the word I'm looking for? Almost like there's a sweet hint underneath it. After a minute, you kind of place it to. It almost smells kind of like what the carrot paladin smelled like.
I deep. I just sort of growl deep roots, like quietly, but you hear that. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So at this
Mm-hmm.
point,
He is
I
definitely
just
on
go
the
up
list.
to. Yes, I'm going to go to Cinemal's other side and then just basically relay this to him.
Okay, I'll like step aside a little bit
Mm-hmm.
so you can relay it to him without any of them listening. And I'll just sort of like look at Cinema will look at Anise and sort of like mouth Keratin.
Yeah.
Mm,
May I speak with her, my
speak
prince?
with
With Lady
Plumberly.
Plumbelina. Yeah, Lady Plumbelina.
What about Sir Keratin? Because
Yes,
that's a hunch. It could be someone close to Keratin. He is part of the Bulbian Church of the Higher Order.
I believe this somewhat clears the lady herself. So
Mm.
I'd like to treat her as a witness rather than suspect.
Mm.
If
No.
I'm with privy to this,
Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
and then I would caution that whoever whoever implanted this was welcome. There is no sign of intrusion.
Yes.
Mm. So, who would be welcomed here other than Lady Plumbelina? That would be our next
Possibly Deep
be
Roots
our next
himself.
next step.
That's what we need to ascertain from the lady.
Very well.
We need to let her know what we know.
Mhm.
Well,
Very well.
maybe find out first if said paladin was present or often visited.
Mm, 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 mm.
Yeah. And then say
Very
we
well.
have suspicions.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I go ahead and straighten a little bit, and I'll place a hand on Lady Plumelina very gently, sort of like just rubbing her back a little bit, um, and they're like, pardon me, my lady, but do you know who else was welcomed into your father's chambers aside from you and us?
Uh, just the servants that would bring him food and drink, and uh,
Mm-hmm.
the the Church of the Bulb came by to check on him every now and then, offer a prayer. He did so. He did so believe with his entire heart.
Of course. And do you mind me asking who the members in the order that came by to see him? Was it all of them?
It was it was the high priestess and her guardian, Sir Caradon. But
Mm-hmm.
Sir Caradon has been nothing but loyal and strong. I do
Oh, of
not
course.
see how he would even be a part of this investigation if this was a murder. Surely you don't think my father was killed, do you?
Most certainly not. We're just trying to understand what had occurred, what happened. Just looking at all sort of different angles.
I suppose.
It just is so sudden and tragic.
It,
I don't know what to.
if you find anything,
Hmm.
just try to keep it quiet. With my father's passing, there'll be demands to set something on the crown, even though the tournament hasn't finished, and I don't want to see this escalate any further than it already has.
Of course, my lady.
That being said, if you break any laws, there's nothing I can do to help you.
Mm.
But if nothing is caught, then there can be no punishment. And she's giving you that look like hint, hint.
Mm-hmm. He just sort of nods, taking it in, and then do another, slight nod of a bow.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that we can do for you right now, my lady?
You can leave me to mourn my father in peace.
Of course, we shall do that. And
Before
Mhm,
before we go,
yeah.
um, I ask in secret if anyone would help me see if there's any magical shenanigans going on in here
Mm.
Um,
in the
might I
room.
also, I whispered to you, Sandy. Might I also suggest somehow acquiring one of those goblets stealthily, if possible?
Okay, I could do that.
Mm.
Um, uh, let's see. If he gives me a distraction, do I get advantage on my sleight of hand?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
17.
You managed to slip it into your bag unnoticed pretty easily. She's too distracted. The guards are looking way out of respect.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I will say though, she does give you that look like, I asked you guys to leave. Could you please leave?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm just like trying to usher people out, being, the polite,
The
the
door is
politeness.
this
Be like,
way. Let's go to the door.
come on, y'all. We are going this way. She
We're not.
said,
We're
agree
not.
below.
We're not doing the Midwestern
Um,
goodbye here.
Let's go.
on the way out, I just see if I sense any magic. With should I do like an Arcana check or?
So to sense magic, you would need to cast detect magic.
Okay, never mind.
Nope.
That would be too difficult to do.
Arcana is
Yes.
more like translating magical stuff, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We're out of there. There's nothing else to do. We're out.
Okay.
Let's go, y'all.
Well,
Shut the door.
I will say that with everything going on, how long it took everybody to calm down and everything, the sun is starting to set.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh,
And there's been
I-
talks all day about setting a curfew.
Yep.
okay. As we walk back, I'm just gonna think to myself and ponder if there'd be any religious motivation to killing the emperor.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do a religion check.
Go right ahead.
Mm.
7. I don't know. Probably.
Maybe somebody just didn't like him, you know?
Who knows?
The world may never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you guys do get to your room. Nobody really stops you. Everybody's still kind of in shock, so they just kind of walk around, let you pass. Um, it's been a long day for some of y'all. You're all covered in bruises.
Yeah.
You have emotional trauma, and it is getting a little late, so we're gonna go ahead and call it there.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us. I hope you guys had fun with the session tonight.
Oh,
Certainly
yeah.
did.
Yeah, of
I
course.
feel
It's
bad
brilliant.
that I had to kill off everybody's favorite candy gnome, but it is
I
unfortunate.
got hit on by
Not,
an avocado.
You
not
did.
my combat instructor. How am I going to learn things now?
All right, folks, we're gonna call it a night. Remember, stay safe, take care of yourselves, hydrate, and we will see you guys next week for Vampire the Masquerade. Bye.
Hell yeah.